What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, good people? It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It's Sunday morning, it's 5:37 in the AM. I'm speaking in hushed tones as my normal routine on the weekend because the house is asleep and I am up and in praise. Amen. Let me just dive right into this reading, man, because it says a lot and it kind of piggybacks on the previous reading about joy and understanding the source of our joy and what happens when we don't recognize our source. It's entitled Driven, and I'm going to read it as it's written, and then I'm going to change it up a bit. The writer says, driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion, self-seeking, and self-pity, we step on the toes of our fellows and they retaliate. I want to say driven by 100 forms of self-destruction or self-destructive patterns, generational trauma, dysfunction, hurt, pain, our inability to recognize who God truly is. We become self-destructive. And that's what the enemy wants. See, that's what we fail to realize. That's what the enemy wants. He's gotten in our ear. And he keeps pushing rewind on all the old messages that we receive over our lifetime that we've taken to heart and that we think defines us. And we've received some really horrific messages over our lifetime. And I know some of you, certain words are hot buttons for us. When I hear the word but coming from certain people, I immediately go on the defensive. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm the middle child. Meaning, I was always compared to somebody. Oh, that's nice, but could you have, you come home with all A's on your report card and you're excited about it. Oh, that's great. But did you know so-and-so did? And that wasn't so much with my mom. That was with my father. And it was with my father. I came to find out later life it's because he felt inadequate with the rest of the world. And so he created this facade. And every time, something happened to that facade, he would engage in some behavior that would tear somebody down in order for him to return to that facade or to feel good about himself. You don't recognize narcissistic behaviors until you've actually encountered a narcissist. You can only understand it from an intellectual standpoint. But if you live it, or should I say, if you live through it, oh my God, you have a clear understanding of the need for Jesus if you've ever encountered a narcissist. And you will have that need for Jesus because you truly understand what hell is. You've experienced it. The only thing that was missing was the sulfur. Let me get into this. It says, my selfishness was the driving force behind it says drinking, I'm going to say self-destructive behavior. Bottom line, pride and selfishness. I want what I want when I want it. And if you're in my way, I'm going to drive over you to get it. This writer says, I drank to celebrate success, and I also drank to drown sorrows. See, some of us engage in things because it looks like it's going to be successful. But can you trust your choices? Looking at your entire track record, what's different about this time? You see how we lie to ourselves. And then we start the cycle all over again, like that roller coaster. Those old wooden roller coasters that creep uphill. You hear that chick, 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 chick noise when the chain catches and starts to pull you upward. And there's that rush when you hit the downward slope. It's that anticipation upward and that rush downward, that heart in your mouth feeling. You're praying that you don't crash, but your brain is telling you, hey, this is fun. Because our emotions are so caught up in the rush of the adrenaline. That's how many of us live. It says, humility is the answer. I learned to turn my will and my life over to the care of God. Isn't it funny when things break and we get the dustpan out and we sweep up the little shards and then we dump all of it at the feet of God. Lord, here are all my broken pieces. You knit me together in my mother's womb. You know where all the pieces go, or should go. I've attempted to fix me many a time. And my repairs are unstable and leaky. Make me whole. Have you sought God? Have you sought God's will for you? Or are your attempts like everything else? Cursory rituals that you hope will suffice. Are you willing to surrender and completely yield this time? Think about your position and give it to God.